The devil is a liar. There we go. 1 minute. You can play with
All
me.
right.
I can pivot.
Right.
Keep telling me. I keep
Exactly.
telling you, devil. I can
That's what we
pivot.
do.
You're
That's
not
what
gonna
women
stop me. Hi, y'all. Welcome. They tried to stop me. You can't stop what God made. All right. Welcome to Business Mindset with SheABOS. I am your host, Angela Middleton, aka SheABOS. Today is Thursday, February 25th, 2021. And tonight's topic is receipts, finances, and taxes. Oh my, part 1. So, as a new business owner, I started off spending some change to get my business up. And as I'm expecting, many of you have also. Next, I received clients and began getting paid for my services. Now, I'm about to come to a point where I will level out and start making some profit. Then I thought, I just don't want to start spending this little change I'm making. Do I reinvest in the business? Do I expand? Do I sit on it? I don't know. And what about taxes? Oh my head hurts. I need some professional advice. So I inquired around and got a few awesome references. So I thought about this topic and decided to devote the entire show to financial management. This is a focus on commercial and business finances, insurance, retirement plans, and legal protection. So let's meet my co-host for this topic. Sharone is a district manager. Let me expand this because it's a lot. Sharone is a district manager and life insurance licensing instructor with Primerica Financial Services. Sharone also serves as office assistant and licensing specialist for regional vice presidents Derek and Tawana Parker in Bowie, Maryland. She has served in the financial industry for the last 5 years. Sharone received her BA in psychology from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, as well as her doctorate in pediatric medicine from Temple University. Sharone serves as a tutor, substitute teacher, and home and hospital instructor for Charles County Public Schools since 2015. She is active in the community at large as a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority and Christian Unity Baptist Church Youth and Outreach Ministries. So let's welcome Dr. Sharone Simmons.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're so grateful to be here with Angela this evening.
Thank you so very much for joining us on the topic receipts and finances and taxes. Oh my.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It gives a lot of people heartache, and some people just don't want to deal with it. So we want to make it comfortable for people to not only handle their finances, but just to talk about finances, so it's not so overwhelming.
Exactly.
So I'm so glad that you were able to join me today. We've been talking for a long time, for a couple of weeks is a long time for me. We've been talking for a couple of weeks about, what you do and what you can offer. So I'm really excited, as I hope my listeners are as well. I have my notepad. I have my pen. I am ready to learn. I am ready to digest all this information that you're about to give us about finances and insurance and what else did I say? Retirement plans and protection as a company. It is a lot of information, and I am ready to get started. So, Dr. Simmons, let's hear it.
Okay. All right. Well, again, like I said, well, thank you for inviting me to share.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have to ask the standard questions first.
Oh, okay.
I was so excited. I wanted to jump in. I just wanted to get in it. Okay, so I did read a little bit of your bio, but tell me how did you choose Primerica Financial Services? Why did you get into the finance business?
Yep, that's easy. So I was
Okay.
introduced actually to the company before I got into the company. So a
Okay.
girlfriend of mine who was in the company, she introduced me to the company because I didn't know anything about, finances and all that stuff either. And she was like, "Well, this is what I'm doing. I want to show you. I want to get your opinion on it." And I
Okay.
was just blown away with just some of the basic principles of finances that most people don't have. Mainly life insurance, like how the process of a will works, um,
Mm,
the necessity of life insurance and a will, and then just investment and savings. So at the time, I was working, in the school system, but as a contractor. So I didn't have life insurance. So I became a life insurance client first. And then had a life-changing event. I got laid off from my other job. I was working two jobs because my background is in medical.
okay.
So I got laid off from the medical piece, and then I went full-time for the public school system. But I was going through a divorce, and I was like, okay, I need to make some changes because now my budget is different. So I called my representative, who just happened to be Mr. Parker, who's my
Okay.
manager. Um, and I told him what my situation was, and he did what we call a financial needs analysis and really helped me to create a game plan. And that's really what sold me on becoming part of the company. He offered me the business side of the company. And I was like, okay, well, what do I have to lose? I'm not working right now,
Mhm.
going through a change with divorce and all that kind of stuff. So why not? It's something different for me because I didn't know anything about finances, but I was willing to learn. And I knew that the information was valuable because it was valuable to me. So I wanted to, tell it to everybody I know because it's just so vitally important, especially with life insurance and a will.
Mhm.
So that's how I got into the company, and then I expanded into other roles as I got into the company and learned more about the company. But that's initially how I got into it. And what made me say yes was the company's mission statement is basically to just teach people how money works so they can make an informed decision about their personal finances and where they are and where they want to be and
Okay.
help them to make a plan. So that's really what touched my heart when I first heard that. Being a teacher at heart, that really touched me. So that's what I said. Yes, this is the company that I want to go with.
Okay. Cool.
And not to mention they've been around for over 40 years. So that was
Oh.
something big as well. The company was originated in 1977, and we're also
Mhm.
listed on the New York Stock Exchange since 2010. So those were some big things as to credibility for me.
Right. So when I asked about businesses and financial, and you put your name out there, and I was like, I heard of them. So
Hmm.
it automatically made me comfortable to reach out to you and start talking. So
Hmm.
that's a big deal when you have when you're associated with a company that you already are familiar with, and
Exactly.
makes you a little more comfortable, I guess. But
Hmm.
it did for me, at
Yeah.
least.
Good.
Okay, so yeah, now take it away.
Awesome.
Now that I got the formalities out of the way.
Right. So, and then so there I broke it down. I looked at kind of all of the services and products that we do offer for commercial businesses, and I've broke it down into four main areas. Like you said, the legal protection, the life insurance, the actually the commercial insurance as well, and we'll go into specifically what that means, and then retirement plans. So I kind of broke it out into four different areas. So the
Okay.
first one I kind of want to touch on is the legal protection plan. which covers a lot, especially when it comes to when you're doing business and you're developing contracts. So we have it covers legal consultation. So you don't have to worry about, consulting a lawyer every time you write a contract or before you get ready to sign a contract. If you're part of this legal protection plan, it covers that, and it covers a lot. I'll just read a couple of aspects that it covers. It would cover equipment leases. It would cover employee hiring. The city zoning, it would help you with that, with workers' compensation. And with partnership with other businesses. So all these things that you would need a contract for, they can help you with the consultation on those areas. And of course, those are just a few, but also legal correspondence. If you have to correspond with anyone, they can make sure that, it's legal verbiage is a big thing with the contracts and the correspondence. And it helps you a lot. A lot of times it just helps a company to keep track of what it is that they're doing. Because then maybe they have, they're a growing company. So they might have started off with one partnership, but now they have 10 partnerships. So they kind of helps them to manage the paperwork as the company grows. And also debt collection is a big one. Because if you're servicing the community and you're not being properly compensated for it, then of course you're going to have to reach out and collect that debt at some point. And so they have what's called debt collection letters that can be written on your behalf and initiated and sent out to your customers, your clients, or if you have a grievance with someone that you've been in a contract with, it can help you with resolving whatever that issue is. Contract review, and just document review. Like if you're you have like a business document that you need to have review, you can have them to review everything before you even make it a legal document. You can have it viewed, and they also can help you with consultations regarding patents and copyrights, trademarks. If you're into international business, they can help you with that. Import and export matters, even tax matters. So this covers a wide variety of services. And not to mention, if any situation ever goes to a trial, they offer defense services, litigation representation. So there's a lot there for assistance for our business owners.
Okay, so what it sounds like is this legal protection plan can cover you from the beginning all the way through maturity of your business. Okay.
Yeah. From helping you to initiate services and products all the way through to a growing company. Exactly. So if anything you can think of that you need a full service law firm for, this business owner plan with the legal protection plan would cover that.
Okay.
Right. So that's one area. And then we also have the insurance side. So we have the life insurance for businesses, what we call a buy-sell agreement or business life insurance plan, or what we call a key man life insurance plan. So we offer all types of business policies, and this would be on the business partners of the company themselves, not the employees, but on the business partners themselves.
So the insurance for the business itself. Assured business office services will be covered through this plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then and if there's a single business owner, then it would cover a single business owner as well as multiple. Like if there were 2 or 3 or 4 business partners coming together, it would cover the business partners, so that in the event if one of the business partners were to pass away, it wouldn't impact the business itself, as severely.
So does it matter if it's a sole proprietorship or LLC? It's just okay.
Nope, it doesn't matter. It just depends on how many people are involved, because the life insurance is on the people itself that's
Okay.
involved in that, that they're connected through a business.
So the partners of the business, but
Right.
not the employees.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So because the sole purpose is to protect the business itself from, any unforeseen thing. Because if one of the partners were to pass away, then the business itself would suffer a severe loss. So in an effort to make up for that loss of losing that person, then the insurance is there to make up that loss.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So in a sense, like an income replacement in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's kind of how that works for the people of the business. And now you have what we have is called commercial insurance for the things of the business.
Okay.
So it's kind of two different things there. So this would cover, say, your protection from lawsuits, from client injuries, or damage to a rented space. It's protection for if you have vehicles that's in your organization, that's part of your company. If you have company vehicles, it could cover the company vehicles. It could cover workers' compensation, as well as cyber liabilities, like coverage for data breaches. If customer personal data is compromised, their the credit card information, personal information, emails, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So and then if you have like, say you're a vendor for an event, and that's mainly how your business operates, then they have something called a special event coverage, for short-term coverage for that specific event. For, like, if you're a wedding coordinator, for each event that you do, then you would have something called this special event coverage. So that's another aspect, depending on the type of business you have, that you could potentially have coverage for.
And what would that cover? So say I'm a caterer.
Right. So that would cover you in the event that there was some kind of mishap or injury or damage to the space that you were contracting for to, perform, like the wedding or the business luncheon or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it would protect you in the event of some kind of mishap, and it would relieve you from the liability of that.
So what about if, like myself, I manage my business out of my home?
Mm-hmm.
How would it cover? Will I be covered under my home insurance if something were to happen to my business equipment, or would the commercial insurance fall under that?
So that's a good question. So it would depend on how your business is structured. So if you, like you say, if you have a particular part of your home that you have as just for your business, say you have, like a garage space or a room or something like that, then you could potentially, excuse me, you could potentially use that in that aspect. But it's typically for an outside building, outside of your home. But because we have so many businesses now that are home based, so that could be something that could we could look into that to make sure that. So if you have a designated area within your home, I think it could.
So you mentioned like
kind
equipment.
of on a case by case basis, depending on what type of company you have, and they would look at all the different parameters.
Okay, because you mentioned before, like, equipment. So I have an office business. Some people have businesses that they run out of their homes as well, even though they might venture out, they still, base
Would
the
be covered
business
under
at home.
their business
So they
owner.
still have the laptops and the computers and the printers, and like I have scanners, and I'm greedy, so I have refrigerator, microwave, because I can't go hungry ever. But that's office
As an office
equipment.
space, yes.
Right? So everything that I have is considered office equipment because it was purchased for the
For that
purpose
purpose. Yes.
of the office and the business. So
Yep.
all of those things will be covered under this commercial insurance. Okay.
Yep.
I'm writing this down. I hope y'all writing this down.
Yep. So this, I think maybe this is a good space to I don't know if you want to share with them on how to contact me as well. I know people are writing because I've shared with Angela my phone number and my email. If anybody's if this piques their interest or they find that oh wait, I have a need for that. So
yeah, go ahead. Tell them how to reach you.
Yes. So how to reach me. My phone number is 240-416-9066. And then my email address is Ssimmons.financialliteracy@gmail.com. So that is how you would reach me. And now I would definitely encourage any business owner to have a free consultation. All of our initial consultations are free of charge. And then, we just educate you on what it is that you could have need of. So we build a relationship. We find out what it is, kind of company you have, what your goals and aspirations are for the company. And we can help you to create a game plan of financially how to get from one place to the other. So that's kind of what we do through that financial needs analysis. And then
I did put it up under comments. So
awesome,
if you're logged in now, I see some viewers. You can find that information in the comments. And please let me know who you are. Thank you for joining us for, what's my topic again? Let me put it up. Receipts and finances and taxes. Oh my. Part 1. We're focusing just on finances today. I'm going to have multiple parts. So today is just about finances because I felt that I needed to dedicate this whole segment to finances because it's so much information. I didn't want to cram it. I was like, this is worth different parts. This is worth a series of parts for this particular topic. So finances. Let me see. We have welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yay, we have some visitors. Hello.
Yeah. All right. So we went through legal protection plan and insurance plans.
And then the last topic I wanted to touch on briefly, because again, these are all
we have time. We don't need to be brief.
Oh yeah.
we have plenty of time.
You can have maybe somebody has a question or two. We might can jump in a couple of questions we can see from the chat. But the business retirement plans. So of course these are all specific to the type of business. So we have what's called a SEP IRA, which a lot of people have, I'm sure, heard of. It's a simplified employee pension IRA, as well as
hold up.
Wait, let me go back.
This is retirement. You talking too fast now. Wait a minute. Say that again. Slow that down. Say that one more time. What you say?
So it's called a SEP, a SEP IRA.
IRA.
Which stands for Simplified Employee Pension.
Okay.
And that's for our self-employed. Most of these are for your self-employed business owners. And then depending on what type of business it is, we could look into the employee side and how that works with the employer, contributing to it, as well as the employee contributing to it. So there's a couple different ways, depends on how your company is set up as to which process would be, beneficial. And then there's what we call a simple IRA, and this would be your employer-employee situation. is created specifically for small businesses with less than 100 employees. Yes. And then, of course, we all are familiar with the 401ks. So we do offer those plans as well. So those are the three main business retirement plans that we offer. And then, like I said, just call me for your complimentary financial needs analysis, and we can tell you which one is going to be most beneficial for your company.
So I have a listener on the line who just happens to be an agent for Primerica as well.
Awesome.
So would you? Yeah. So Julia Long, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any other information or advice that you want to add? Rat says, great info as always. Thank you. Oh, I can put up your contact information. See, I'm just learning how to do this, y'all. So.
Awesome. Look at you.
I know, right? I'm getting fancy. Better with time. Better with time. I figure out how to work these things. So I can get a little fancy. Okay. Miss Long says, I would say explore every opportunity to advance your organization financially, personally, if it's going to benefit you. Absolutely will.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. So because we want to tailor our services and plans to your business and your business goals. So that's kind of the whole idea, is to we don't have like one cookie cutter set way of handling the company. It depends on the company itself, what it is that they offer and how it is their business works, and how we can enhance that and protect that. That's the biggest thing, is to protect your business.
So you mentioned
mayhem, as we say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I love mayhem. I shouldn't like the bad guy, but I do. He's just so awesome. Okay, so for the business retirement plan, you said SIP, S-E-P?
SEP.
SEP.
Yep, that's for your self-employed person.
Self-employed. Okay.
And then the simple is for the small business owners with less than 100 employees.
Okay, so I'm both. Explain the difference for me. So I am self-employed, or am I?
Do you have employees?
No.
So yeah, so the simple wouldn't be for you because you don't have employees.
Right.
So then the SEP would be more beneficial for you.
Okay, got you.
It's just yourself.
So the simple IRA is only if you have employees of 100 or less.
Yes. But if you're a single, business owner, just yourself, you don't have employees, then the SEP would be the one for you.
Okay. So explain a little bit, because a lot of my listeners, I want to believe, are in a situation a lot like myself, where sole self-employed, sole partner, or maybe just a partner or two, with very little employees, or if any at all. We're just handling the business on our own. Can you explain a little what the SEP what the plan entails?
Well, it's a IRA itself is an individual retirement account. So this is your retirement. So you would, deposit monies into it. You could do it monthly, you could do it quarterly, you could do it, however, how often you wanted to put in it. But the whole idea is for your money to grow at an accelerated pace versus your 2% or 3% that you're getting from your traditional bank. So that's the whole idea, is because typically with your IRAs, your money is going to grow at between a 6 and 9%, or even higher in some cases. So, but that the whole point is for you to grow a retirement. Thank you, Julia. Yay.
So for the simple IRA,
Mhm,
with 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 employees of 100
mhm,
or less, does
mhm.
that offer IRA for each employee or just for the partners?
So it depends. It could be both. It depends on the company and how the company wants to set that up. So it could be on just the partners, or they may want to offer it to their employees as well as a what do you call it? When they take it out of their pay. I can't think of the word right now, but
Deductible?
deduction. Yeah,
Okay, deduction. Okay.
payroll deduction. Yeah. So there's different ways depending on how the company is structured. So it could be just the partners,
Hmm.
or it could be with the partners and the employees.
So how would I make the decision if I'm self-employed, I have a small business, I'm the only partner with no employees?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what would be more beneficial, the SEP IRA or the 401k? Can you explain the difference between the
So,
two?
so the 401k is along the lines of the simple, where it's the employees and and the employer. So the 401k in the simple IRA. So the 401k would be for businesses with more than 100 employees. It would be broader.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't even look at that.
Right. So right. So depending on what your criteria is and what your situation is, we could pinpoint which one is going to be most beneficial for your organization.
So
Hmm.
even if I had one employee,
Hmm.
I should look at the simple
You could consider,
IRA.
yeah, we would consider it. Yeah. Because you have an employee. So it's not just yourself. Yep. So you have an employee. So you could look at both and do a comparison.
So
So
okay, so yeah, so what if I'm not ready to
right.
give my
Mhm.
employee benefits? Like I can't
Right.
afford it yet.
Exactly.
I can afford to pay you a little bit, but I
Right.
can't afford to give you
And a little
coverage.
extra, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it just depends on your situation. Hmm.
Okay. So
Yep.
that's
So
not
we look
always
at
given.
all those variables. Yeah, we look at all those variables when we sit down and do your complementary analysis.
Okay.
Hmm.
All
And
right. So
design
even
tailored for
so
you.
again,
Hmm.
I'm new at this, so forgive my very novice
Oh no, you're good.
questions.
I'm sure there's somebody else out there with that same
Right.
question.
So okay, so even if you have employees, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to offer coverage.
Right.
You can
You
just
don't have
pay
to.
wages until you get to a certain point where you can offer coverage.
Hmm.
Or do you ever do? Is it ever mandated that you have to offer coverage at a certain point?
I don't believe it is, but I could investigate that further, but I don't believe there is any rule that says you have to offer, the different things. Yeah.
Okay, because that
Mhm.
that's a question. Like you can just keep paying
Oh,
wages
Julia says no.
and
She knows a little bit more about that than, yep. So Julia says no.
no.
Yep.
Oh, okay, good,
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's no rule that forces you, that says you have to. I didn't think it was, but yeah, so good. So
perfect,
we got some confirmation
good
from
to
Julia.
know.
Good, good. Thank
Might
you, thank
might take us a while to get to that point of coverage.
you.
Because people think that just because you have a business that you have that level of overhead automatically that you can start investing in coverage, and that's not true.
Hmm.
Because a lot of the profit that you're getting has to pay,
Right.
the
Overhead. Hmm.
overhead.
Right. Hmm.
So the little that you get goes to the wages of yourself and the employee, and you're not just at that place yet. Oh, we have a question. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. Can you double dip, contribute to both yourself as an employee and your personal IRA?
Let me think. Because if you're the employee, yourself as the employee or yourself as the business owner?
That's maybe your current status for now. Okay, we'll have to take that question and get back.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
For
finish.
clarity. Yeah.
Let me finish. Let me finish the answer. Okay, wait. From the owner's perspective. So if I'm an owner, I'm also an employee because I want to pay myself. And then a personal IRA, if I understand the question correctly.
Right. So if you're a business owner and you have your own
personal IRA.
Your as a business owner, you have one, and then as just a person.
Okay. She's clarifying. Okay, what I'm saying is, can you double dip as an employer, paying yourself as an employee, and for you personally have your own personal?
I would say no, but I'd have to investigate that.
Okay.
Because it sounds like you said, like you're double
dipping.
You're as an employer, you're paying yourself as the business owner and having your own personal. So I don't know. That might be a little touchy.
Okay.
But
so like it says, it's a double dip.
Right. To me, that sounds like you're double dipping. Like she said, double dipping. So
probably not.
I would say no. I would err on the side of caution and say no.
Okay.
You don't want to get yourself hemmed up with tax situations and all of that.
Nobody want no problems for Uncle Sam.
Right. Yeah.
We don't want those kind of problems.
Side of caution and say no.
Yeah, we don't want those kind of problems. Okay. All right. Can we go back to the legal protection?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Plan.
Yep. Because there's a lot there. Yeah. Sure is.
So can you expound on it? Because we have time. There's no need to rush. Yeah, we have time.
Yep.
Because I need to get all that I can while we have the time.
Okay. All right. So like there are so three main components.
Okay.
So we've got the legal consultation, then we've got the legal correspondence and the debt collection. So those are kind of our broad definition of the legal protection plan. And then so under that legal consultation, it would be, say, when you aren't sure of like a legal procedure and you're not sure about the cost of things. So this really you have a law firm at your disposal.
Okay.
So it covers all legal aspects of business. So from, I mentioned a few of them earlier, but the employee hiring and firing, termination, equipment leases, landlord tenant issues, if you're, renting a space, joint ventures with other businesses, vendor problems, if you're using vendors for certain things and there's some type of dispute or conflict between you and one of the other vendors that you use, vendor problems, bankruptcy, if your business just not taking off and you don't foresee it regaining itself and you feel like bankruptcy is the best alternative. So all these different things you can consult them on before you take action, and they can provide you with some guidance on how to do that. Especially like city zoning, that's a big thing. You have to be very knowledgeable in city zoning, get particular with like the wording and those type of things. They're looking for certain things with city zoning, so you definitely would want a law firm to look at your plan and what it is that you have need of. Verbal contracts, of course, that's a sticky, and like, okay, is it a contract because it's verbal, or is it not? So that those kind of things, oh, I gave you my word. Okay, but it wasn't in writing. So is that really a contract? So that, those types of things that might
So
cause
they
you.
protect you
Yes.
if someone comes and says, "Oh, we have a verbal contract,"
Mm-hmm.
and they try to
It's not
stipulate some
Yeah.
things, then that service legal protection plan would help support you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. And
A lot of people say that.
right. Customer complaints, or if someone takes
That's
out
a
a
big
small
one.
claim against you for something they were dissatisfied with, the law
Mhm.
firm would be able to look at your situation and give you some guidance on how to proceed. And even creditor harassment. Say you took out a loan for some of your business equipment, and the creditors are now harassing you. How do you handle that? So the legal firm would be able to offer you some consultation and give you some guidance on how to handle that. And then just the partnerships in itself, you have three or four people coming together to form a business, so they could, give you some consultation and guidance on how to form the partnership itself. So that's all covered under your legal consultation. And then you've got your legal correspondence where they can a couple of
Okay.
different. Uh-huh.
Before
Like,
we go to the next one. So I'm stuck on debt collection.
Okay.
So is the debt collection, if, like you just said, if I'm being harassed, or is debt collection if I have a client that's not paying me
That's twofold.
and they will
Twofold. Both
do?
sides.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, both sides. Yep.
Okay.
If you owe somebody and they're harassing you,
Mm-hmm.
they can help you, resolve that issue. But if you also have that clients
or
owe you,
customers
right, then they can help with
recoup my money.
way. They can help you resolve that as well.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put a star by that one.
Yep. And then Julia has a good question about if you're being sued, can they represent you? And the answer is absolutely yes. You would, give them all the information about the situation, and they could represent you if it goes to litigation.
That's a good question.
That's one of the another one of the benefits.
Okay. I'm selfish because if I'm asking all the questions, I'm asking all the questions. So I'm small still. So I have a little bit of equipment in here. So are you saying if my printer, for instance, were to break down, that's covered? Like what do you mean by equipment? Like legal protection for equipment. What does that mean?
So that would come under your twofold.
Okay.
Your general liability, your professional liability. So it would depend. So we'd have to look at that specifically. Because I don't know if they would cover it's not going to cover a printer breaking down, but it's
not office equipment, but more like if it's a printing company,
right,
or embroidering company, or a catering company,
right. So if you have equipment that's the mainstay of your business, like you said, if your big printer press, something happened to it, say, then they could, you could get protection for that, or like your food trucks and the trailers and your vans, that you're using for those, because food trucks are big now. That's where that commercial auto insurance would come into place. And then if you're leasing a building or renting a building, then
or leasing a space in the building.
That's where your general liability insurance would come in.
Okay. See, so some of the businesses that I'll be featuring, in the next couple of weeks that fits all of these different people. I have truck owners and people that are leasing spaces and people that
Awesome.
are leasing buildings. So
Uh-huh.
all of this information could help you, people. Primerica Financial Services. Get a consultation if you are a business owner. Some of them even have employees right now because they've been in the business for a while. Although it's still considered a small business, they still have employees.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm asking your questions, but too bad. You gotta be quicker than
that. But that's awesome.
good.
I appreciate Miss Julia for asking questions. That's really
Right.
good. That
Because
is really good.
this is what this is, why I like to do this live, right?
Right.
So to give people the opportunity to get involved and ask questions, because once you go back and look at this, you're gone, the free
Like hopefully
consultation
the light
is
bulb will
over.
go off in somebody's head like, oh, wait, that could apply to me in my situation. So
Right,
yeah.
right. I mean,
So
it's
awesome.
definitely still helpful, right? Because like Julia
Mhm.
said, I'm asking the questions. I'm asking her questions. So I'm sure other people, have that same question. But if you don't, and you don't participate live, then, you miss that opportunity to
Mhm.
ask that question that I'm, not asking on
Right.
your behalf.
We're in the classroom. It's like, no question is a dumb question. And if I don't know
Right.
the answer, I know somebody that does, and I can get the answer for you.
I'm always the one. Excuse me, mister. Can you say that again? I'm a slow writer. I didn't get all of that. I didn't get all of that. Okay, so all of that um fell
Under
under
legal consultation.
legal protection plan
Yep.
consultation. Okay. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So that was just that. Okay.
That was just that. Yeah. So
Okay.
they and then another big portion of it is just your contract reviews. The
That's
contract
a big
review
one.
itself of the contracts that, you know, um, someone's bringing to you to sign. So you want to have it reviewed before you sign it. Or if you're
Mhm,
the creator of the document, you want to have them to look over it to make sure that the verbiage in the contract that you're, asking somebody else to join you in is correct. Um, and then a lot of companies have where they're part of a bigger company that kind of audits them. So you want to make sure that your documentation is in line with your company's requirements, so they can um, help you with those as well, making sure that your business documentation is up to par for whatever industry it is that you're in.
mhm.
Yeah, particularly that. And then we have specific, designations for consultations, like the patents, the copyrights.
Okay. Hold, please.
Uh-huh.
Because now I'm thinking about the people I know and my clients. What if you are say a musician or an artist and you have that level of contract that, a music company is trying to have you sign or a production company is trying to have you sign? Do you go to that level or is it just small business?
No, it can go to that level. It's all
Okay.
business. hmm hmm
Okay. So
Yep.
all
So
of
it
my
can start as a
artists,
small business, but it can cover your business as it grows. And
okay.
as your expertise expands, it can cover all aspects because it's a full service law firm that you have at your disposal.
So any kind of contracts, whether it's
Yep.
from me or to me,
To you. That's
whether
exactly right.
regardless of the different industry, whether it's real business or artsy, is artsy
Exactly.
business a thing? I don't know. I just made it up. I don't know. It's just in the arts,
Yep.
production or anything like that. It
hmm
covers all of that.
If you don't feel comfortable signing it before somebody looks at it, this would
Mhm.
be a excellent plan for you.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And like you said, that the copyrights and patents, that's a big thing. because you want to make sure that you get the royalties for what you created. So they can
Right.
help you with that process. Trademarks. Yep, all of that.
Okay. So I trademarked my name. I trademarked my SheABOS name.
Okay.
So if someone tries to use that in their personal or business professional, then I can come to Primerica Financial for this legal assistance to get royalties or to sue or.
Yep. Yeah, they would look at the situation and see, make sure that you're covered on your end. And then if somebody, like you said, somebody tried to breach your trademark, then they can advise you on the steps to take to stop it from happening. And to, if there's any kind of litigation or something that would need to happen, they can assist you with that whole process.
I'm so happy I chose to talk to you.
I'm so glad to be here. Awesome.
I'm getting so smart. Trademark coverage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yep. So that kind of leads into our trial defense services. So either defendant or respondent, depending on, the situation, they can offer representation on both sides.
Okay. Trial defense.
And they even offer discounts on services. So if you are a client, then you would receive litigation representation at a discount if they, for the typical corporate hourly rate, because you are what we call a preferred member of the legal protection plan for Primerica, then you would receive those services at a 25% discount than your traditional lawyer outside of Primerica.
Okay, so what? Say that. Explain that to me one more time.
So if you just went to Joe Blow Lawyer down the street for this for one instance, then whatever they quoted you, would say they quoted you $1,000 for their defense representation. Okay. But if you had this legal protection plan, then Primerica's legal protection, the attorneys that you would be assigned to, because you would already be it's like a membership. So membership has privileges. So you would receive the same service that Joe Blow was going to give you, but at a discounted rate because you're part of our membership.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So you would have reduced fee services and reduced contingency fees as well. So it's one of the perks of our membership. So
it's a lot to think about when you're a small business owner. You
gotta make sure you're protected on all sides,
all arenas. So you have to think about you as a partner, as an employee, as an owner, your equipment, your facility, your vehicles, insurance, retirement, legal protection. See, this is why I had a headache.
Primerica has a solution for all of those things. So that's the great thing. We have a office saying that Primerica is the Amazon of the financial services world. So anything that you need, Primerica has a solution for that.
Okay. So is that a question or a statement? Taxes. Does Primerica do taxes?
So the legal consultation regarding taxes? Yes. Preparing taxes? No.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
Okay. Okay. What's next? Tell me more.
So let's see. You have to give me some questions. Let me see, because we covered all the basic general stuff.
So you covered the three
Mhm.
different sections under legal protection plan,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
The creditor, the consultation, and
The debt collection.
the debt collection.
Mhm.
So can we go a deep further into the insurance plans? Because I know you covered that broadly
Mhm.
um, before, but I did capture
For the life insurance plan, you
partners.
mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
So can you go a little deeper into the
So
insurance plans?
sure. So like I said, there are three type of business policies. We have what's called a buy-sell agreement, where the business owners agree to purchase each other's interest in the business upon the death of one of the partners. So it's like they would have, each partner would have an insurance policy on the other partners.
Oh,
Okay. So the estate of each partner would be directed back towards the company. So it wouldn't go to like their family, it would go back to the company.
yeah.
Protect
Okay.
their interest
I
as
seen that
a
one.
business owner. Yeah. So that's what we call our buy-sell agreement. So they cover each other and protect the interest of the business itself.
Okay.
Mhm. And then typically the amount of coverage would reflect their percentage of the business ownership. So like if it was 2 or 3 or 4, then each of them had a particular percentage of ownership in the business. So that
Mm,
that policy, the coverage amount would reflect that.
okay.
Hmm. Yep.
So
Um,
that's one. What's the next?
mhm. Yep. And then so let's see. What was the next one? Oh, okay. So that was our buy sell. Yeah. So our business policy is when a single business owner would purchase life. Oh, we did talk about that earlier, because you were like, well, what is just me? So this would be the
Oh,
life insurance policy. So that answers that question. The as a single business owner, you would purchase an insurance policy on your own life as the business owner. Mhm.
oh no, that was the retirement question.
Oh, that was retirement. Yeah, I'm getting my
Yep.
questions all mixed up.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's okay. Because this is I was about to ask this one too.
Okay. Yep.
So
So
for
you
the
can.
go ahead.
So a single business owner may purchase a life insurance policy on their own life. So they must be the owner of the business. And then the business would be listed in the policy as
Mhm.
the owner, the payer, and the beneficiary of the policy. So it's like the policy would be um in SheABOS, not
Mhm.
in your personal name.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's your business policy. So the business would be named, it would be the business name as the owner, payer, and beneficiary of that policy, not you as Angela
Angel.
Middleton.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep. And the other one is a key man policy, which I always like to when I'm teaching class, I always like to use the example of a restaurant with a world renowned. Okay, wait.
You said key, Key, key.
Yep, like a car key. Yep. Like
Okay.
a door key. Key
Okay.
man policy.
Key
Yep.
man. Okay. Okay. I hear you.
So I like to equate it as like a restaurant who has hold on, sorry about that. The a world renowned chef you know, is the star in their business. So all their business comes in because this they have, Chef Selby. How about that one?
Right.
Chef
Right.
Selby, right?
We love our
He's
chef
drawing
Sam.
in, right. He's drawing in business to this one restaurant because of his name. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, in that instance, the key man is the person whose participation in the business is essential. Because without him, then the restaurant probably wouldn't survive. And it's unique to that particular business, that's to the success of the operation. So without the key chef, without the chef, the main chef, then the restaurant would be just like any other restaurant in the business would maybe not survive. So, but because they have this world renowned chef, the operation is now so successful. So what happens is the key man is he's got to be a partner in the company, right? He would be a
So the
partner in
chef
the company.
is a partner in the restaurant?
In the restaurant, yes.
Okay.
So he would be considered part of the company. He's got to be a owner or partner or officer in the company in order for this to work. He just can't be the employee of the month chef that they hired.
Okay.
It don't work that way. He has to be part of the business entity itself. And
Okay.
then the business would be, so the restaurant itself would be the owner, the payer, and the beneficiary of the policy. So it's like the key man gives them the authority to take out an insurance policy on him, so that in the case something happens to him, then the business would still survive. And they could use those funds to replace him in a sense.
Okay.
That it would be used to keep the business afloat until they got another world-renowned chef, but it's to protect the business.
So if or when I get to a point where I can hire a office manager to handle all of my clients, that person I would have to make that person a partner or have some kind of percentage in SheABOS, and then that person will be identified as a key man, because if I lost that person, then the infrastructure of my SheABOS wouldn't function.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the documentation of the key man's exact position is key in how that's all written. So it wouldn't qualify for like the sales manager or the office manager or the general manager or secretaries. It would have to be someone that's a part of the business structure itself.
Okay. That's a lot of things I didn't realize. Okay. So what's the third one? So we had the buy and sell agreement. We have the key man.
No, we went over the business with the single business.
Oh, the business policy. That was the third. That was the second one.
Right.
And the plain business policy, is that just for the single partner?
Yes.
I mean, not single partner, but single owner.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, single owner. Yeah.
Single owner.
Yeah. Because the business policy would be in the name of the business itself, not the name of the person.
Okay.
Yep. And in all of these, the business would be named. It wouldn't be the individual people. It would be the business itself.
So in my case, my business policy will fall under Assured Business Office Services as opposed to Angela.
Exactly.
Okay. I think I understood that.
Yep.
Okay. So I also wrote down commercial insurance. What does that mean? What's the difference?
What we talked about with the commercial general liability, with if they office space and the vehicles and all of that. That's where that falls under.
Oh, okay. So I have another question about vehicles. Right. So I have clients who utilize their vehicles for business. Should they have commercial insurance for those vehicles? Is that a part of commercial insurance, or does that fall under something else?
So yeah, that would be a part of commercial insurance, but with those, the like say the cars and the vans would want to be registered under the business name, not under the person's name.
So that's the difference. So if you want business insurance, it should be under the vehicle should be registered under the business name as opposed to your personal name.
Right.
Okay. Question.
Hmm.
Will you have to have a medical exam
She's talking about for
or
the life
insurance?
insurance. Well, that depends on underwriting. So they're the ones that make that decision. So we just give them all the information.
Oh, wait, clarification. For the
Okay.
key personnel coverage. For that key man
Same
coverage
thing.
too.
It's the same process. Yeah.
Okay.
So underwriting is the one that makes the decision on that. So what we would do was fill in all the application. We would send that to our home office, and then the underwriting department is the one that makes that determination.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she said okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Seeing a couple of more viewers come on. Welcome, welcome. We are talking, okay, let me go back. We are talking to Dr. Simmons from Primerica Financial Services. And we're talking legal protection, insurance plans, and business retirement. So, I'm about to go to another page because I'm all the notes here. So,
That's awesome.
right, I mean, because I want to get educated. I want to start this off, right. If I'm going to manage this business, I want to do it properly, and I want to be covered for myself, for my business, for the employees that I will have. I'm speaking into existence, and just overall for my protection.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to think about um, what to do with the finances. Once I start making it, and consider the retirement plan.
Mm-hmm.
We have to think about the future always.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you have these three different retirement plans that you indicated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the new watchers, do we have any questions or statements for Dr. Simmons that you want to ask? Do you have any? So while we're talking finances, I mentioned about when you start turning a profit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you start turning a profit? Do you get that kind of financial, like true financial advice of what to do with your earnings, what to do with your profit?
Mm-hmm.
Do
We
you have
do.
that service?
Mm-hmm.
What does
So
that look
um initially it will be a consultation, kind of like you said. It would okay, you tell me your situation. Been in business for 5 years now. This is, what our situation looks like, but this is where I want to go. I have this pocket of money from our profits.
like?
What do I do with it? So
Hmm.
that's where the consultation comes in as well. It's like, okay, what is it you want to do with that, with those profits? What would you like to see happen with those profits? And we can, there's a variety of different things you can do with it. You can, like you said, you could save it,
Hmm.
for retirement. You can use it to set up something for your employees if you have employees, or what is it that you want to do with it? So that's really the bottom line question. These are your company profits. How do you want to handle them? These are all some different options. It just depends on your goal and how you want what you would like to use it for. Do you have a specific goal or dream? Or
Hmm.
if you don't have a goal or dream for it, then we can put it in a savings, in a different in a type of savings where it's at least growing some interest for
Okay.
you until you decide what you want to do with it. And it's not
So, okay,
just
so
not
am I
sitting
hearing?
there.
I'm sorry.
I said it's just, you can instead of sitting in your bank account, and you don't like, okay, I don't know what I want to do with this, but you could, you know, for example, initiate a mutual fund, which is basically a savings fund. So at least it's growing interest while you're deciding on what it is that you want to do with that.
Okay. So instead of saving my profit in the traditional bank or credit union,
Exactly.
put it in Primerica Financial Services, what's the benefit of not putting it in the bank and putting it in Primerica Financial Services?
Because we have so many different companies that we partner with, we would be able to offer you a much higher rate of return, interest rate, than your traditional bank.
Okay. Okay, so you mentioned business funds. Is there any other funds that you can
mutual
deposit?
funds.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, mutual.
So there are others. Yeah, there are mutual funds. There's annuities. So there are a variety of savings vehicles that that's the main purpose is for it to save. So it would fall under a broad umbrella of mutual funds and annuities. So it just depends on what your what do we call it? Your preference, your risk tolerance is what we call it. Your risk tolerance would be as to which fund we would put it in. But they're all classified as, a savings vehicle.
But you would have to get the consultation to determine, like, am I ready to start investing in savings, or how much to invest in savings, or should I, depending on where I want my business to go at this point, whether I need to invest it back into the business and what that might look like.
Exactly.
If you have a truck and your purpose is to have a brick and mortar, how does that path look as far as financing? That's what the consultation can provide.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We can help you provide with a game plan on what it is that you have and where you want to go, and all the steps in between. What does that look like?
This was some good information. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. I'm excited.
I feel a little lighter, even though this is a lot. I feel like I'm more knowledgeable, and now is not so much of a heavy heartache, because I can figure out, okay, now I know what to do. Maybe not today, but put it into perspective, what I need to do once I grow, or some things that I do need today.
Right. Which ones are priority and which ones I can work on down the line. And it, it becomes, like I said, a partnership with you and your financial coach. So that's really what I look at myself as a financial coach, because I'm a one-stop shop. Is to help you go and grow. So as your needs change, our relationship would change. So whatever you need, then I can provide. So it grows, it changes. It's a trust. We build a trust that I have you have me as your back in the event of a financial need or a crisis, that you can go to someone and talk to them and say, this is what's going on. How do I handle this? So it's a partnership, it's a partnership.
So I wanted to let's talk about your contact information. So we said it a little bit earlier in the show. So if you wanted to get deeper and more personal into what your company requires or what you as an employer requires as it relates to legal protection, insurance plans, or business retirement plans, or financial consultation, then you want to reach out to Dr. Simmons. And how would they reach out?
Oh, my phone number is 240-416-9066. And you can also reach me by email, Ssimmons dot or period. We always say dot, but it's a period. The teacher in me always corrects that, right?
Right. It's a period, not a dot.
Right. It's financialliteracy@gmail.com.
Okay. And again, we are with Dr. Sharone Simmons from Primerica Financial Services.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we are. See, I knew we could fill this time up
Yeah.
with all my questions. Do you have any parting words for the listeners?
My biggest thing would be is just get educated. Information will change your situation. One of my colleagues always says that, and that is so true. If you don't know, you don't know what you don't know.
Yes, you
So,
don't know what you don't know. I say that
exactly.
all the time. You don't know what you don't know, so you have to ask.
Exactly. So you
And
have
that's
to
why
ask.
I
No
started
question
this.
is a dumb question.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's why I started this, because I'm a knowledge manager by heart. Didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even realize it was an official term, but I am the one that's going to ask you all the questions. And then when I ask you all the questions, I want to share it with other people, because I'm just the one to ask the questions that they won't ask.
Exactly. Yep.
Right.
So no question is a dumb question. Ask the questions, get the information, get the knowledge, and make your own informed decision once you get the information. Nobody makes a decision without information.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Well, you shouldn't. Yes, you shouldn't. I should say that. Yeah, you shouldn't. Especially a major decision when it comes to your finances and your business decisions. You don't want to just, oh, well, Uncle Joe used to do it that way, but Uncle Joe might have did it that way for a reason. But does that reason still apply today? So
And
you
it
want
doesn't,
to
and it doesn't mean that reason was right.
Exactly. He had
Like
his
this
own reason for making those decisions, but this is
Mhm,
your business. So now
mhm.
you need to make sure that you are totally informed before you make, any of these vital decisions, especially when it comes to finances.
Yeah. We have to get out of the, well, this is the way it's always been done mentality.
Exactly.
Or this is the way that, like you said, Uncle Jim did it.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Jim didn't do it the right way. And we can change the trajectory of how we as people, our people specifically,
Mm-hmm.
handle business. We can do it smarter and better,
Exactly.
and grow that generational wealth that I think we all strive to do.
Exactly. Yep, you hit it right on the head.
Generational wealth.
It's all about, inheritance and generational wealth.
I wish I had an inheritance, but
Right. We want to pass that on to
we want to pass it on.
so that, they always say the next generation, you want them to be more prepared and better than what you did. So that's what this is in essence all about, is just sharing the information so that informed decisions can be made and not emotional decisions.
Right. Oh, that's a good one. Prepared and not emotional decisions.
Yes.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much, Dr. Sharone Simmons from Primerica Financial Services. I have benefited greatly from this information, and because I have the contact information, put that right now. Let's make sure. Yeah, knowledge is power and profitable.
Yes, I love that, Julia. Awesome. Power
Put
and profitable.
your contact information out here again.
Okay.
Now I know how to do that. Um,
Yeah. Well, I look forward to hearing from all of you out
Perfect. Thank you
there in
so much.
live TV land.
So we definitely appreciate those that joined us live. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your contribution and the conversation. We appreciate you for doing that. Definitely, it helped the momentum of the conversation stay afloat. And I want to encourage always, if you want to get into the conversation, please listen live so you can ask these questions to my co-host as we have them. And that's why I refer to them as co-hosts, because I'm not interviewing, these business owners and business contributors. We're having conversation. We're giving and receiving, giving knowledge, receiving knowledge. And that's the whole premise of business mindset with SheABOS, is to do just that. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Simmons from Primerica Financial Services. We appreciate you spending your time and giving us all of this free consultation. But if you want to go deeper, again, contact Dr. Sharone Simmons at Primerica Financial Services. So thank you again, Dr. Simmons. We appreciate you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
So next week, we will have part 2 of, hold on, let me get it. Okay. Part 2 of receipts, finances, and taxes. Oh my. Next week, we're going to go deep into taxes. So this week was finances. Next week, we're going to go to taxes. I was introduced to Devere Patton from mytaxoffice.com, 2 X's. And I talked to this brother, and he's excitable like I am, so I'm excited to talk to him. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna tell him this, I'm gonna tell him that, I'm gonna have my whole program together. So I am excited because this is tax season and we have to get prepared now that we know what to do with our finances. From Dr. Simmons, we know how to invest it. We know what to do with it. We know how to cover ourselves. We know now the different options for retirement. Now we can go dive into, okay, what about taxes? What do we do for business taxes? We're going to go and dive deep into that next week. So join me again Thursday, March 4th, 6 o'clock for part 2 of receipts and finances and taxes. Oh my, I can't wait to talk to you again. See you then, Thursday, March 4th at 6 o'clock, right here on SheABOS page. Nope, SheABOS page, group, and YouTube. They're going to stream live through everything. I have everything now. Okay. See you next week.
Bye.